This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. TrueFire sponsors this channel, and as such I like to point out some of their stuff that I think I've enjoyed, and in the hope that you might get something out of that as well. You can use the code JNC40 to get 40% off any of their courses. I think they're running a Black Friday event at the moment anyway, and also there's a JNC100 code which you could use at any time of year to get $100 off of their All Access Pass, which I think is quite an efficient way to get access to lots of stuff, whether it's from great players like Andy Timmons, Andy Wood, Eric Johnson now is on there, loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff, Tim Lurch, Tim Miller. Also my buddy John March has got a chord video on there which you might want to check out if you're interested in kind of getting into some of this sort of Ted Green chordal playing and building chords with a bit of a theoretical approach. He's got a course on there as well. I'd encourage you to, maybe if you're thinking about some things that get your creative juices flowing on guitar, maybe TrueFire might be a good place to look. So JNC 40 for any of their courses to get 40% off, or JNC 100 to get $100 off their entire year and be able to dip in and out of every single one of their lessons on there. Cheers.
So we've got the 3.7 firmware. I've had a little bit of a play around with some of this. There was one particular amp in there that I was a little bit excited about for one reason. I've just been speaking to someone at Line 6. I just asked, what is this amp actually based on? It's based on the AB165, which is actually a black panel circuit of the Bassman. Now, the reason I've heard of this is because this Bassman circuit is basically what Mesa Boogie started from. This is a blackface, another word for it, Bassman circuit, and that was essentially where the first Mark I Boogie came from. I believe also that Mr. Dumble modified some of these types of amplifiers, and basically it shouldn't be in the bass amps section, in my opinion. So yeah, this US Stripman norm, so it's a 67 Silverface, which by this point they were still using the same circuit essentially as they were in 1965, and 65 Bassmans have been, you know, used in all sorts of great music through the years. Now, the reason that you should care about this amp model is this. Amazing kind of edge of breakup thing, to me reminiscent of that Dumble sound as well. Not really the sort of thing that I'd think of as a bass amp at all. It's been used by guitarists for years and years and years. My delay settings, as you see here, my normal 375, 500, and then so on and so forth. And I'm also using the glitz at the end with those settings. Then the cab that I'm using quite a lot of the time these days is the 4x12 Cali V30 with the 67 condenser. See position 3.9, and it's as close to the cone as you can get it. But importantly, we've got a high cut here down at 4 kilohertz. That's stopping us getting some of the spiky. If I open that all the way up, you get a bit more of that spankiness, but as you turn up the gain, you might find that you want to take this low cut down a bit. So let's get back into the amp. The settings that I'm liking at the moment: drive at 3, bass at 6, mids at 6.8, treble at 7.3. I've got the bright switch on, and then I've got the channel volume up to 9.6. It's got a lovely kind of glassiness to it, you know, one of those lovely sounding things. Then I've got another snapshot here, which is snapshot 1. Here I'm taking the bass down to 2.5 so it doesn't get too flubby, and taking the drive up to 9. Just a beautiful. Really natural sounding gain. Apparently this circuit was also the basis for a train wreck design. Let's just take that high cut back open and you'll see what happens with more gain. Just really taking the edge off quite a bit really, and smoothing things out as I like to do. You know, using a single coil guitar, it never hurts to have a bit more of a mid-heavy, thick tone. Lovely, lovely stuff. Then I've got a lead patch as well. Here the bass is at 2.5. I've just got the bright turned off for this. These types of, the higher the gain, or in this case it would have been a volume on the actual amp, right, goes, the less the effect of the bright cap is. So it's not really a huge effect. Maybe there isn't much of a difference at all. I just wanted to have like a different. Could be a really good candidate for chucking on a blues gig, that sort of thing. The other sort of thing I was thinking we could try and do here is kind of stack a preamp into the front of it for even more gain and see what that does, because that is basically the Mark 1 and I believe some of the Dumble stuff is about kind of stacking preamp, you know, essentially other gain stages. I don't know what this is going to do. It could be absolute trash, it could be fun. So let's just see what happens. So that could be a thing. Maybe I'll keep that there as an option. So clean, definitely don't want that on. Pushed and then cascaded. Let's just change this to cascade. I mean, that could be a thing, right? I just love the kind of vintagey hubbiness to it. So yeah, give that a try. I think that's a new favourite for me. I'll save it to the library first. A new favourite for me in terms of amps that do that kind of dumbly thing, classic Fender stuff. Not necessarily the first thing that jumps out of you at you thinking of it as a bass amp, but if you really think about this, this is not a bass amp at all. It's been used most iconically, I believe, as a guitar amplifier. Folks like Robin Ford, Dweezil Zappa, I believe, uses a Bassman. Name your favourite player. I think John Mayer might have used one at some point, or maybe even a Bandmaster, which probably is quite close. This will be in the Gumroad folder if you want to check it out. But yeah, try cascading them into one another if you like the sound of that. Bit more gain, bit more juiced up. Will we have enough DSP to run other stuff on top of that? Yes, so yeah, cool. I'll catch you in another video soon. I hope you enjoyed, well, checking out what should not be called a bass amp. Cheers for now.